YouTube channel.
Extravaganza.
We are calling it Dazed and Reviewed. The origin of this show kind of started with, I was thinking that there's a ton of like YouTube movie review shows out there, but I was thinking that I don't think there's a whole lot where we kind of go back to like younger generation and kind of like and show like movies that were kind of popular. I mean that are like kind of you feel like my generation. My name's Shannon, by the way. This is kind of work in progress. It's introduced.
My name's Harley. I'm 12 years old.
Gage, Kelga, like 15 years old, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gage and Air. You know you.
But right now, I was thinking about this kind of like showing them. The majority might be movies from like 80s or 90s. We might eventually go more into older movies, but right now we'll be focusing more on movies that kind of came out like whenever I was around their age. More movies I kind of grew up on. But let me ask you a few questions. Like, as far as like movies go, like what kind of movies do you guys like? I mean, or kind of get to know you guys a little bit too.
Personally, comedies. Like, I guess you could count Guardians of the Galaxy as a comedy because that movie's awesome. It's an action comedy.
Yeah, that works.
It's awesome. But yeah, I mostly like comedies or action.
Action. Okay, how about you, Harley? What kind of movies do you like?
I'd have to say comedy too.
It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
But less actiony, more cartoony comedy.
Okay. So
like Megamind or something like that.
Like Megamind or Secret Life of Pets or something like that.
Okay, what would you say would be you consider like your favorite movies?
That's.
I mean, this thing of like, or your favorite movies, if it's a bit easier than.
Okay, well, the Guardians of the Galaxy series is one of my favorites.
I really like Star Wars, but it is another category. It's one of my favorite kinds of movies. But still, I really like Star Wars.
Oh, I love Star Wars too. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy and Star Wars. Yeah.
I like. I really like the Secret Life of Pets movie. It was hilarious. Things like that.
Handsome.
Yeah, things like that.
Okay. We were kind of thinking about what movie to start with, and well, we thought that there's several reasons for this movie. It kind of on purpose and not on purpose, but first, since we were naming our show Dazed and Reviewed, we thought it would be kind of a great idea to start with the Richard Linklater film Dazed and Confused. Also, I have a sense this movie takes place at the end of school, which is for right now for most schools is. And school has
it's the end of school for us too, so it's like destiny to watch this movie at this time.
Yeah, that the very beginning of summer kind of movie in a way, even though for any of those that's watching this that hasn't seen Dazed and Confused, the plot is basically it revolves the last day of school in a Texas town around 1976. And it kind of revolves, it doesn't really have a certain main character that it revolves around. It's usually the different groups
storylines
and cliques that kind of revolve around this Texas town in the mid-70s.
We all know which one's my favorite.
But okay, well, to begin, we just got done watching it. I'll start with Gage. What was your how would you say your thoughts on the movie in general? I mean, do you enjoy it? I mean, what do you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The whole time I was just thinking in my mind, I was waiting for the moment when Matthew McConaughey's character would come up.
Yeah, a
and
little
say those
backstory.
magic
And it's
words.
Gage is his favorite saying is
Alright.
right.
Oh,
But
it's destiny.
He's really big into Matthew McConaughey, which we will get to. I'm sure we'll get to in a little bit about the character.
Alright.
But he was one to watch where that phrase has came from. So
But overall, the movie is pretty good, yeah.
okay, Harley, just give me just your general thoughts of the movie. Be honest.
Overall, I thought the movie was enjoyable. There are several parts I dislike about it, but overall, it was a
Okay.
good movie.
Okay, we'll can get into more about it a little bit. But outside of that, like other teen experiences that was shown in the movie, I mean, that compared to your guys' experience, like in school or like, especially like the end of school. I mean, it's always like the end of school, no matter what grade you're in, it's always usually. It's like a kind of like a big day. So, I mean, whoever wants to start first can. I mean.
Everyone's looking at me,
Well,
so
well,
I assume yes.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Alright, so basically compared to how our school was.
I mean, how your the school experience in general. I mean.
Okay, school experience in general. Well, we never got paddled or got ketchup and mustard sprayed all over us, but yeah, that was a little extreme. But we never had to do initiation as freshmen or anything like that. And end of the year.
So as far as like
We never
any kind
partied,
of hazing in general, like I mean, of course, the movie, taking the '70s, of course, like paddling. To me, I mean, paddling was kind of like on its way out whenever I was a kid. It still was school. Some schools still consider it a form of corporal punishment, but I mean, I never experienced it. But I mean, it was still whenever I was growing up, it was time where it wasn't unheard of for a kid to get spanked with a paddle. I mean, of course, now it's. I mean, it's. I mean,
You
guys,
be
it probably
arrested for that
yeah.
now.
I mean, it's very different. Yeah. But as far as like any kind of like hazing or in general, it's more for Gage. I know like high school sometimes.
You know, honestly, I don't know if there would be any parties because I never get invited to any.
Like as far as like any hazing, like any kind of like what like any older group of teens do to a younger group or anything like that, any kind of like.
What I've seen, I haven't seen any older kids really do anything to the younger groups, so yeah.
Okay. Harley, you know, I mean, I know you're, I mean, not in high school or anything like that, but I mean, as far as like the middle school or anything like that, is there any kind of like hierarchy as far as like the older kids and the younger kids as far as like that, or is it kind of?
The school balances it out pretty good considering both grades, but the older kids sometimes get to do more things than the younger kids. Not like they get to go out in the field sometimes when we don't and stuff like that. They see them as more mature and are able to do more things. So I've never seen them do anything to us, but they do get some special privileges.
Okay. Yeah, as far as me, I mean, in my experience, as far as like growing up, it really wasn't anything. Most of that stuff, I more go with college. Like, I mean, fraternities in general. I mean, kind of do that kind of very silly, kind of crazy kind of stuff to like new like pledges. But as far as like high school in general, it was more like just older kids kind of picking on some of the younger kids. It wasn't really nothing as severe as like paddling or like, but it. I mean, to some certain or high schools area, we were more bullies and I mean to certain kids than others. But what would you say were some of your favorite characters, or we can go later on about the actors, but I mean as far as like the characters, who stood out to you, or ones you liked or disliked as far as like the characters in the movie?
Well, first of all, I disliked the people who were paddling the kids.
Okay.
Same.
Ben Affleck's character O'Bane is the movie
Initiation.
really makes out that it's very almost psychotically into punishing incoming freshmen. It's very kind of almost scary to a degree about how much he is into paddling young kids. So, but yeah, him, and also I would say to a little bit of degree, Parker Posey was the actress that played the head senior girl that was at the beginning of the movie that was doing the whole pacing of of course the name calling and then the mustard and the and stuff like that. She also has a moment where she's really kind of goes overboard. It's kind of spelled out most of the majority of the senior girls are it's something we have to do. But I mean we really don't. I mean have any.
What next? Would they go wrap them up in bread?
Yeah. But it's we're just doing this just to do it. It's just tradition or something. We're not really
There's not. We don't have a grudge against.
But it kind of goes back to later on. There's a party scene where one of the girls that was kind of hazed, Parker Posey's character kind of tells her okay, it tells her to do something, and she refuses to do it. But it's kind of her, and then of course the Ben Affleck's the O'Bannon character are kind of the people that kind of take the whatever fun. I mean, a lot of us wouldn't consider paddling or squirting condiments on people as fun, but kind of take it too seriously, or kind of take it more like an ego thing. I am in control of you. So this is kind of how I feel.
We all know who my favorite character was.
Yes, go on, Gage.
Yeah. All right. Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, Matthew McConaughey in his first movie. His name was Wooderson.
Wooderson.
I know it's funny you like, and he is. I mean, by far. He.
Honestly.
Matthew McConaughey kind of steals this movie, and like I said, it was his first role. But the character, when you think about it, is kind of a creep. He's a
perv kind of.
Interesting.
I think Matthew McConaughey's charisma, helps us. Is what makes us like the character, even though on paper, and in the movie, the character, is kind of a creep, and somebody in real life that we kind of.
I could see him being arrested for pedophilia.
No, yeah, at the very least. I'd say one of the characters that we kind of fall around is the income freshman that was Wiley Wiggins, but he played Mitch in this movie. But how do you like that character? He's kind of the character I would say closest.
Can I see the picture of him?
Yeah, well, he's it's probably not.
Oh, with the long hair boy.
Long hair boy. He's mostly the kind of kid you can be kind of in with. So he's kind of I would say he's one of maybe one of the main, if you can say a main character in the movie.
One of the main characters.
One of the ones you kind of fall through. So.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He done all the stupid stuff, but at first he was kind of iffy about it. Yeah. But then he ended up doing it all anyways.
Slater, the kind of long-haired, pot leaf, kind of stoner guy that was kind of
the brown shirt pot leaf.
Yeah, the one that was in the trailer that really kind of went on to real high, kind of
Oh yeah, I remember.
About the George Washington, and then
about the cultists.
What was your thoughts on that character? Because I can understand that it's very the most kind of broad character. Outside of maybe Matthew McConaughey's character, but very broad stoner character in that movie.
He was pretty chill. I just think I just spit everywhere. He was pretty chill. He was cool. Yeah, I like him.
Okay. He was very definable against the other. He was very
memorable. Yeah, performers. I would say. Yeah.
His whole George Washington Martha speech was I loved it. It was one of the best parts.
He's funny. They kind of did overuse them in the trailer because, of course, like you said earlier, he only had 1 or 2 lines. In the movie.
He's more of a supporting character. It kind of just falls around. But
I want a whole spin-off movie about him.
About him, okay.
It would be awesome.
it's funny is that the trailer you guys did watch the trailer at the beginning of it. So
Yeah, we watched.
what was your thoughts about the trailer compared to the movie? I mean, it's a very nice trailer. If you look up on YouTube or the trailer for Dazed and Confused, it's very like before MTV, before Beavis and Butthead, before all these kind of like it's very 90s kind of thing. It's it's very, it also very focuses on the kind of like the stone drug kind of humor of it too. But I mean, how do you compare the trailer to the movie? I mean,
it was fabulous.
It was fabulous.
It was fabulous. It was amazing.
It kind of makes it play more of a stoner comedy than what it is. I mean, yes, people smoke weed, but it's not like a Harold Kumar or Cheech and Chong to kind of work in the time frame kind of movie. It's not like
Shannon, I'm sorry, but I don't know who any of those people are.
That's perfectly fine. But I mean, as far as like the movie in general, was there anything that
I liked it.
I mean, you have disliked or have problems with? It's more about Harley.
Yes, go on, Harley.
I dislike the overuse of drugs in the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can understand to a certain degree. You're kind of like, it's like people smoke weed. Yeah.
I'm saying if it's legal where you're at, you're fine. But if it's illegal for a reason.
So, okay.
I was fine with the beer part, just the.
But okay, would you I mean, maybe watch it sometime? Like, I feel like this is specifically to you, Harley. Probably something that you maybe a little bit too young. I mean, not just because content. I mean, but maybe something that I feel like you would watch like later on after you kind of experience high school. It's more of like
it'll be more relatable once I'm after high school. I may go back and watch it sometime just to like. Mainly because that's the first time Matthew McConaughey said, alright.
Yeah.
This was our first episode. We'll kind of try to work out the kinks more throughout.
If you guys have any suggestions, please tell us. We're open. Are we open?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, yes, we're open
to comments. If you watch this, we would love it if you would like it and share it and subscribe to our channel. Right now, I think it would probably be just one episode, but we'll try to keep it pretty regular. You came up with a list, and we got a lot of movies to kind of decide and go through. I think it will be a very enjoyable experience. Sometimes we'll have just me and Gage, and sometimes we'll have like we had here with Harley too. Hope you enjoyed the show, and like I said, like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, have a nice day. Subscribe to the Gageinator.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Peace.